Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to talk about Son-in-Law. I know, really? You're like, that came out in 1998, right? 1996, 1998, somewhere around there. My eye is like watering like no other. But anyways, the other night, I was like, I'm in the mood for a really, really goofy movie. And I just saw Son-in-Law, like, that's what I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood for some Pauly Shore from the 90s. So I turned it on. Um, and boy, this movie brought back a lot of memories. I remember I'm pretty sure I seen this movie in the theater. Um, and I remember renting it like a bunch of times. My stepmom loved this movie as well. My mom liked this movie. People I'd go hang out with watched the movie. I've seen this movie probably so many times that I got kind of burned out on it. But when I watched it the other day, it was so refreshing to see that kind of a movie. And I kind of wish they had those kind of movies now. They don't really have those kind of movies anymore, where it's just kind of it's a movie. There's nothing special about it. People aren't looking and saying, "Oh, it's such a horrible movie. There was no special effects. It wasn't really that fun." Dude, it doesn't matter. It's a movie. As long as it's funny and entertains you, that's all that matters. But it starred Pauly Shore, and he was called Crawl, as his nickname was in the movie. And basically about a girl that goes to college, lived in a small farm hick town. Um, and she goes to the big city in California to go to college. And she kind of gets met with these crazy people, and she doesn't know how to take these partiers in college. And Crawl kind of helps her to find herself, and she feels bad for him on Thanksgiving, him not having a place to go, and he was just gonna stay there. And she was like, "No, no, 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 you're not staying here. You're coming back home with me to see the family and spend Thanksgiving with me. We're cool. We're friends." And that's kind of a cool thing. I kind of wanted to know how it happened after this, though. I kind of hoped they would make like a sequel to this. I don't know what it would have been called, or had it go just a little bit longer so you would know what actually happened, because they didn't really say what happened in the movie. And I'm not going to spoil anything. If you've never seen Son-in-Law, definitely worth checking out. It's on Netflix currently. As I reviewed this movie, it was still on Netflix. You know how the things on Netflix go. I just had to tell you that. But anyways, the movie is really, really good. Tiffany Amber Thiessen is in this movie. Oh, mama. My my crush for her ran deep, ran deep. And around this time, that was one of the reasons why I watched this movie a lot. There was one scene in the movie where she is dancing for Pauly Shore's character, Crawl. And boy, oh boy, let's just say you couldn't stand up around that time in the movie. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, it was pretty nice. But yeah, the movie is really, really funny. And I'm only at 3 minutes and a half. What else? One of those movies where I don't know really what to talk about. But yeah, I mean, this movie came out in the 90s, so you could tell that it came out in the 90s because you don't see a lot of references to like social media or anything like that in there. It's just a lot of good old fun, and a lot of the old stuff where this girl's mad about. I don't know. It's just a lot of things that classic movies. It's the same old shtick, and like it's just funny how nobody can make a classic movie anymore. But you know what? They're all the same. They were all the same. There was a conflict. The guy didn't like the conflict. The girl broke up with him. At the end, they got back together, or they went another way. All the conflicts the classic movies are. Every single one of them. But nobody can seem to make a classic movie like this anymore. Because this isn't the greatest movie in the world. I'm going to tell you right now. It's not the greatest. There's a lot of goofy scenes in this movie where, like, yeah, nobody would do that in real life. But there's also scenes in this movie where it kind of makes you think. And it's kind of tugs at your heartstrings and stuff like that. And you would think with a Pauly Shore movie that it would be like that. But there are some times in the movie where, you may kind of start getting a little deep in there. You're like, oh, that kind of does hit home for me a little bit. Especially when he's talking about, being weird and telling The guy who's the guy from the kid from the Sandlot's in the movie, by the way. Um, the chubby kid with freckles. He's in this movie. He's the little brother. But anyway, when he tells him, like be yourself and all this other stuff, it's like yeah, there's some good life tips in here. Good life tips in here. Um, but yeah, great movie. There's a lot of comedy in this video. City person meeting country folk. Usually it's the other way around, and it's funnier. But this way is super funny because you know how Pauly Shore is. He's really, really out there. And if you have not seen a Pauly Shore movie ever, Son-in-Law should be one of the first ones you probably watch. Encino Man being number two, and then Biodome's out there as well. But dude, Pauly Shore was one of the most. He's super funny, and people used to give everybody shit for liking Pauly Shore movies. But Pauly Shore is a funny guy, and I don't know why he hasn't been in much movies lately, because he is super hilarious. I see him in Hawaii Five O like a while back. I think he makes cameos on there every once in a while. Maybe he's living in Hawaii. Maybe that's why. I don't know idea. Wherever they shoot that show, you would think Hawaii. You know how Hollywood works. Anyways, but yeah, the movie's super great. If you haven't checked out Son-in-Law, it is available on there. It's only like an hour and a half long, I think, and it gets right to the point. I'm trying to think of what actors are in this. You'll know when you see them because they've been in other stuff. But I know the grandpa. He's been in other things. The girl that plays the main girl. She went on to do a few other things, I think. Um, and the mom, I think, was in something else too. I can't remember. I think the boyfriend. I don't think he was in anything else that I remember. I didn't really look at the IMDb for this movie to see what all they've been in. But yeah, the dad was in something. I know definitely the dad has been in other movies. So yeah, but yeah, the movie was kind of. I know this movie review sucks. I know it's not very good. Um, but I did watch Son-in-Law. If you haven't seen it, this movie review is not very good at all. I'm just telling you to keep seeing it over and over again. But yeah, that's all really I can say. There is some funny parts in this movie. Check it out. It keeps you entertained. I don't think I got on the internet or anything while I was watching this movie. I think I just sat there and drank a pop and snacked and watched the movie the whole entire time and having a good old time watching a classic movie I seen in the theater back in the day. That's what I sat there and did. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Probably not. Probably one of my worst ones in a long time. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. And as always, keep rocking, keep watching movies. Later, guys.